Hey guys, and welcome to another Polymer clay tutorial. Today we will create this amazing framed artwork with a SHIVAN dragon from one of my all-time favorite games, Magic: The Gathering.
ClayClaim.
I've been a Magic: The Gathering player for almost 2 decades now. It started way back in the school with my friends. As we grew older, also Magic: The Gathering developed over time. Here you can see the change in card design, for example. One of my favorite cards, the SHIVAN dragon we are creating today, has changed as well. So fun fact, we are still playing and loving the game today. Although some of friends left town, we still manage to play at least twice a year. I can't highlight enough our Magic Christmas special at my parents' home each year. Big shout out and greetings to my Magic gang. I love you all. You better prepare for this year's Christmas special because I will pulverize you all. Yeah, so Magic: The Gathering got in touch with me and asked me to tell you more about their free-to-play PC game, Magic: The Gathering Arena. I said, hell yes, it's an honor. Today's video is sponsored by Magic: The Gathering. Let's talk about the creation first. Later I will introduce you to the new game, Magic: The Gathering Arena. Well, we have a framed artwork, and I thought to get it as close as possible to the style of Magic cards, I would want to make it also flat, like in a frame. And then I also would not need to mess around with perspective, for example. So what would the SHIVAN dragon look, for example, like from the back side? The dragon is made with polymer clay, and all the shadows and the highlighted colors are painted after oven hardening with acrylic paint. Right now we are creating the base layer, which is just yellow clay. I mixed this, I threw in some orange as well, and some really bright lemon yellow as well to make it more organic looking. I choose yellow because I figured out this would be the perfect color underneath when you compare it to the blueprint or to the artwork, which you can see right now on the back side. These are all the details, and this is quite important even before painting, because this will give the whole creation its texture.
And now it's an honor to tell you more about the game Magic: The Gathering Arena.
It's finally an amazing adaptation of the original and beloved card game. You can still gain new cards through booster packs, in-game achievements or micro-purchases. Your goal is still to build your own deck and compete with others to become the strongest wizard of all time. Well, the official release for Microsoft Windows was just a few days ago. The macOS version will follow, but I'm already playing it with Boot Camp on my Mac, so... There's an introduction with really good guidance, not too easy, still for first-time players. For the long-time Magic players, you just need a minute and you feel familiar with it. Every card feels valuable, like the physical ones. With the effects, it feels like it's really alive. You will miss some of the nice effects when attacking next time when you're playing with real cards. What I love about Magic: The Gathering Arena is the melting gap between playing physically and the new digital version. New editions are covered in Magic: The Gathering Arena the same time they come out in the stores. And with my Magic friends not all living in the same town, we get away to play still together.
If you're new to the Magic: The Gathering universe, or even started playing years ago like myself, go check out this amazing game. Let's play together, Magic: The Gathering Arena. I'll include a link down in the description.
Let's get back to the creation. I just mixed this slightly, well, it's just pink. For the inside part of the mouth, you won't see much of this color because I will paint it after oven hardening, of course, with a dark red as well. But right now it looks quite realistic, like a snake. Yeah, somehow this head reminded me of a snake. We have many fins on this creation. This is only the very first one. Well, you have some folds on the neck as well, but this is also the huge fin with all the details. We have to create it twice, one on the left side and one on the right side. This is the technique I used in many tutorials where I had to create fins. The Moisty Merman from Fortnite, for example. Yeah, so it works quite well, although this clay is really thin. You don't have to be afraid that it breaks too easily, for example. Now we try to get in some nice details on the surface with the sculpting tool, and these are the arms. They are really small compared to the whole body, probably because this dragon doesn't really need his hands, it just it eats you alive. I have heard that these SHIVAN dragons are more like wizards, so probably he has a wand somewhere and he is doing some magic tricks with that as well. Right now the core, the main body, is finished. We will now add all the extensions, which include the wings, for example, and we also have two further wing parts which can be seen in the frame. Maybe we can fit it in to see how it works, how it would look like. And we have also the tail, which we will create in a minute. This is the right wing, also the left one, with many details. I will paint them really dark after oven hardening. This is the aluminum wire. We can use it for, well, to create the tail. And we will throw in this yellow with bright lemon yellow and some green to get this really nice color. And we will coat the wire, aka aluminum foil, which we also use because then it's more lightweight and we don't need that much clay. Because finally, when it's finished, I want to hang it to the wall, or maybe the winner of the Christmas special is getting it. Well, who knows? These are some more fins on the tail, and there's also a big fin right at the end of the tail. It already looks so alive. Well, more like the comic version. I have seen the different designs, the card designs, the latest ones. The saturation of the colors is really strong, and the contrasts as well. I think I prefer the SHIVAN dragon like it has been in 7th edition, for example. It was the card you have seen right at the beginning. Now we are adding all the tiny details, like the fingernails on his claws, the teeth as well, and we can put everything onto this plate and get ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked SHIVAN dragon in different parts. Before assembling, we take the acrylic paint, and I can't tell you enough. This was the part I was looking forward to the most, because this creation will change a lot from this point on. Right now it looks like the comic version. I already told you that. Look at that! Look at the texture when just painting, when you just scratch the surface with your brush. Well, on the tail it looks a bit different, but also on the left side you can see all the details and textures you brought in earlier with the sculpting tool. Now let's throw in some ochre and some brown, and we will work on the shadows. Of course, you can get shadows by lightening your final creation, but I wanted to get it as close as possible to the colors of the artist. And this reminds me of, I should totally give him credit. Well, at least this is an art channel. So this artwork, the one which you can see on the magic card, was created by Donato Giancola. I hope I pronounced it right, it sounds somehow Italian, but I know that this guy is an US-American illustrator, well known, pretty well known for some realistic stuff. He also created some further Magic the Gathering artworks. Now we are getting in some green, because this is what Donato also did in his original artwork. It's quite fascinating. When you look at the shadows, for example, you may think that it's just black or really, really dark. But in fact, it's really not. It's like red and green combined with some brown, for example. Oh, this looks so colorful. I love these colors, how they work together. Let's bring in some white just to highlight some spots, the teeth, for example, also the tongue and the claws on the wing, for example. And we have also some white highlights on the tail. Oh, this looks so cool. I love that. And now look at the eye. It brings this creature, this dragon, alive by just putting in a little bit of white. Now let's take the frame, at least, well, we still have to create the background. The background color is just red. I assume this should look like lava or an erupting volcano. Oh, this reminds me of my erupting volcano video. I hope you have seen that one. It's really erupting with baking soda and all that kind of stuff. This is glue, just regular glue. And this is a really, really thin and artistic paper, the yellow one I'm using. I can't really tell you what's the name of this paper. It feels really soft, almost like fabric, but it's really paper and it has a texture inside. And it's quite funny because now you can assume these lines inside, these organic lines, look like the veins of the dragon wings. This is some further watercolor I'm using to get the wings a bit darker and red. Now we throw in also some brown, and we need this hair dryer to get it dry quickly, because otherwise I was afraid this paper would somehow rip or break. This is some tape. I'm using double-sided gluing tape, probably that name sounds right. And we can glue this background onto this backside of the frame. We need some further colors because we have these lava rain coming from above, going down. You can hardly see it when the dragon is right in front, so I placed him right onto this piece of paper before and made sure that you will see these yellow stripes as well. So we are using the hairdryer again, and now we can fill in some hot glue gun stuff, glue, to make it last forever. And we can fill in the dragon into the frame. We are using some more hot glue gun because I wanted this wing to stick out just a little bit. Oh, it already looks so amazing. What about the tail? Yeah, maybe we should remove some parts of the body that it fits in perfectly. I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe we can add some more shadows by using some dirty water. Maybe also on the tail. Yeah, the tail, that looks so great. I mean, look at that! The Shiva dragon! That's it!
This is the SHIVAN Dragon. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Magic the Gathering. Check out the amazing game, Magic the Gathering Arena. Let's play together. I'll include a link down in the description. I guess that's it for today. Have a great weekend and take care, guys. Bye! So cute.